shuffling these cards for the gal watching this right now. You've definitely gone through something recently. Maybe it was yesterday or the last couple hours or a few moments ago, and you're kind of like shaken a little bit. These are art cards from my audiobook drama, Song of Wata, on YouTube. Okay. This one is called Rebirth. You bloom again. So the gal watching this, there's something that just happened, and it just kind of like, there's a big like eruption and explosive moment. Now that could be a celebration, it could be a joyous occasion, blooming into a new responsibility, blooming into a new role, blooming into a new lifestyle, blooming into a new income bracket, a new wealth bracket. When I see these two, this is Niambe, the older sister from my drama, and this is Sela, the younger sister from my drama. They're opposites. They're opposite of each other, they're opposite of their worldview. And when they come together in this card, they're having like a union, a celebration. They're blooming again. In the story, they are torn apart and they need to come back together. They can't go back to the way things were. So they have to come together as new versions of each other. And so when I look at this card, there's two aspects of you. The aspect of you, and you can decide like which one based on what feels right. You have one aspect of you that's like an apprentice. You are an apprentice to this new role, this responsibility, this new life transition, right? And then you have somebody that's like a journeyman, like a master, somebody that is very skilled and has a lot of knowledge. I won't say expert, because whether this is you now, you in the future, you and somebody else, there's always something to learn. And so like he or she is always something to learning. And even though these are both two women, you could have like a masculine person in your life that feels like that mother figure, that father figure, that aunt figure, whoever that is more experienced than you. So you can insert yourself in how you see this dynamic, but one of you is more experienced and the other one is like the apprentice learning. And it could be you. You're the one more experienced, you're the journeyman, and then the other person's the apprentice. And so looking at this card, person, or that's you watching this, or the other person that you're learning from, you have a lot of like necklaces or a lot of marks, or maybe it's tattoos or something that shows your progress. You have, and they're not all, there's gaps in your progress. If you can see that in her dress, these necklaces, there's gaps. But the person that you're learning from also has lots of necklaces, but she is wearing these necklaces and there's no gaps. So she has a lot more experience, kind of like the rings of a tree. You're a younger tree, and then this is like an older tree. So you are in that beginner mindset. And that's kind of hard for you because, you're showing up after this experience thinking that you have to be this expert, this journeyman, but there's no way you can be because you're starting here. And you're probably not starting from like, the first level. You might be 1, 2, 3, 4, you might be 5 levels in, but because of what just happened, you feel like you're starting over again. Maybe new information, maybe the new technique, maybe you're leveling up like one small thing in your daily routine that feels like, oh my gosh, like this is like so much, like it's completely changed everything for me. And so when you look at this shoulder, like her sleeve, it's like it's bloomed, right? It's blooming, and all the flowers on her dress are still closed. So even though you're not in bloom just yet, you're like integrating things, you're adding things into what you need to get to the next level. This is where you can become. This is what you can strive for. And the journey has ease because you have somebody that's like your mentor, that's that figure, that's that teacher, that's that boss, that's that manager, whatever, that's going to get you there. But you see how these flowers are different on her dress. This is different and this is different. You have your own kind of look, your own kind of presence. You both have flowers, or you both have that maybe the same title, maybe the same industry, maybe the same field, maybe the same mindset. Maybe you both look completely different. She has big hair, she's older, she's younger, she's like straight blue hair, but you both are on the same journey. And when we look at this background here, 9 little pieces of colored paper. Maybe this is a 9-week thing, 9 months, 9 days, 9 seasons, 9 years, 9 minutes, 9 hours, whatever. This is the time that's passed. Whether it's after this rebirth, or it's you're in the middle of it, or the next phase, like at the end of this journey. So you are not behind. This is what I want you to take today. You're not behind. You are just in the next level, the next phase. Give yourself some grace in how you navigate this new journey, because you are going to bloom. You are going to bloom again. You're going to bloom in a new way. And then you see this butterfly here. You are already taking flight. You're not in the cocoon anymore. You're already taking flight. You are just starting at a different part of your journey, and you will get to this destination. It's going to take time, but you can't do it by yourself. And if you see the belt here, this is like, securing yourself. You have a lot of tools at your disposal. You have a lot of resources. You have a lot of people. You have a lot of investment. You invested into yourself. She's dressed very nicely. Both dressed really nicely. They've invested in themselves. And with the other 2 butterflies here, you have you're bearing your like strength. You're bearing what's on your mind. You're not shouldering this alone. You have somebody with you. So there's 3 butterflies. So you have this like beginning, middle, end throughout the whole process. You have support. You're not bearing this alone, and you have somebody by your side. And as always, cowrie shells, which is this earring here, represents femininity and rebirth, abundance. So you have a lot of abundance coming your way once you've gotten to this level. You can get this card and others like this on my Etsy store, and soon on my Amazon store. You can listen to Song of Wata on my YouTube channel, and you can follow for more Misfit to Monarch content, where I share content around misfit women who are the monarchs of their own lives. Be sure to follow down below, and I'll see you in the next one.